back again with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about UFC 328, predictions and some bets as well at the end. I just start with Clay Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. Both young flyweights, both at the same record 8-2. I'm going to start with Clayton Carpenter, who's coming off back-to-back losses. One was against Tagir Ulanbekov, where he tried to give Tagir problems at the end, but he did lose an unanimous decision. He also lost to Rafael Filo when he got submitted, I believe. Yeah, submitted in one round. Carpenter is struggling a bit in the UFC in recent times. He's got 2 wins by submission in the UFC. He won on the Contender Series by decision. Coming up against Ochoa, who's got good hands. He's much better on the feet. You know, he's got 7 knockouts out of 8 wins. He's got submission. He's never been subbed. He's done well against other good grapplers as well. You know, he did alright on the feet of Luna Kavanagh, but I mean, ultimately got beat by on decision. Knocks out Cody Durden and then beat off Alan Bayov. What's he got? No, that's how you pronounce it. Alan Bayov? Yeah, lost to him, but I think Jose Ochoa will be good enough on the ground to defend Clayton Carpenter's attacks, and I think he'll be able to stop Clay Carpenter. So I'm going to go Jose Ochoa by second round knockout TKO. Moving on, Basingia Susakayev versus Jordan Santos. Jordan Santos. Susakayev impressively made a name for himself in the UFC when he fought, I think, in 4 days. He fought in the Contender Series on the Tuesday. Fought on the Contender Series on the Tuesday, then fought at UFC 319 on the Saturday. He's an undefeated 11-0 fighter who just beat Eric McConaughey with a late finish in the 3rd round. He was very high odds, just like he is now, but he didn't really perform like someone that suggested super high odds. He still won the fight, but still, even with that in mind, I think he is good. Coming up against a tricky Brazilian, not the best of competition, I cannot lie, but someone in Jordan Santos who'll try and make it awkward. He's never been knocked out, he's never been finished. Coming off a win against Danny Barlow, which is good. That's a good win to get. Danny Barlow was someone at welterweight, was doing all right. So that's a good win, but got beat by Ozzy Diaz, which I mean isn't the best. Is not the best look. I think Susakayev obviously wins, but I don't think you can knock him out. And I maybe could see a submission with they just take him down and maybe get on his back, trains with Chimaev, trains with Arman Tsarukyan. But I'm gonna go decision. I think decision's the most likely outcome in this one. Moving on, Pat Sabatini versus William Gubbies. Sabatini is a tremendous grappler. He has got some good submissions. He's got 12 submission wins out of 21 professional wins. He's riding a 3-fight winning streak. When he's faced some good competition last time. He's only been knocked out recently by Damone Jackson and Diego Lopez, who are both solid. Damone Jackson, pretty good bantamweight, and I think he's bantamweight. And Diego Lopez, who obviously has fought for the title twice. He got a good win over Joanderson Brito, where I did think Joanderson Brito was going to win due to his history, because he has a win on the regional scene against Diego Lopez. So I thought maybe he's going to do on the feet, but Sabatini controlled him for ages on the ground. Did very well. Then against Chepe Mariscal, who was a tough, gritty Mexican. Sabatini did excellent again, great control. I had him by submission, couldn't get a sub, but he's a very, 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 solid fighter. Coming out against William Gummies, 15-3, 7 KOs in once a win by submission. He has been submitted once. Got beat off Haider Emil in March 2025. Just beat Robert Ruchela I think on the Imavov Barajo on the card. That was a good fight. A good card, I should say. Gomez is a solid fighter. He got a split decision against Joanderson Brito as well. Good fighter, good on the feet, but I think Sabatini's grappling is going to be far too much. And I think Pat Sabatini is going to be able to dominate this fight and win a unanimous decision. I'm going to Pat Sabatini by submission. So, decision. Moving on, Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Kopylov, last two fights haven't went to plan. He lost to Gregory Rodriguez and Paulo Costa. A good, tall Russian kickboxer who has a very, very low output. Surprisingly low output. But I think he can pull through as an underdog. I like him here as an underdog. He's got alright power. He's just fast. He's fast on the feet. And I think he'll get done. Marco Tulio, tough Mexican, copied John Jones with tattoo. Got finished by Chris Duncan last time out. I don't think Tulio's fought the level that Chris Leroy Duncan. But I thought the Scottish guy there, Christopher Leroy Duncan, of course, because I was thinking there, Chris Duncan's like 155, and I was thinking Chris Duncan could not have been a 185. Christopher Leroy Duncan, that spinning back fist. No, I remember. Beat Trish on Go, beat Iho Paterio. He was on a good knockout streak before this, before his recent loss to Christopher Leroy Duncan. To be fair, I think if Kopylov and Leroy Duncan won, I think Leroy Duncan would be the favourite going in. But I think with the experience of being there, Gregory Rodriguez, Paulo Costa, Cesar Almeida, I think he'll get it done. I'm going to give Kopylov this one by decision. Moving on, Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Two super old guys, to be honest, especially at lightweight. 37, 42 at lightweight is crazy. Jim Miller, UFC legend, UFC veteran. His debut fight was in 2005. Absolutely crazy. His first UFC fight was in 2008. He's fought in UFC 100, 200, and 300. I wonder if he'll try and get 400. Just super good jiu-jitsu player. It's a tough night for anyone. Losses to King Green and Chase Hooper in recent times. But yeah, Jim Miller's solid. Coming up against Jared Gordon, who was reportedly hit by a car before he fought with Rafael Garcia. So, if that's anything to take into account, then I don't know. Good all-round fighter, just like Jim Miller, really. Both got good jiu-jitsu. Jared Gordon's probably a better wrestler, I believe, but definitely better on the feet. I'm going to say Jared Gordon can win this. He could get a finish, but I think it will be by decision. Moving on to a tough one, Grant Dawson versus Mateus Rebecki. Grant Dawson, zero chin, just wants to, oh my god, just wants to hold you and wrestle you. Rebecki is probably gonna not be able to speak fluently English, not like fluent Polish really, because that's his native language. In about 10 years, he's absolutely mashing up his life. I don't think he really cares. I don't think he's gonna have any brains left. Polish people are built different. Polish power is different, believe me. But coming off some close losses, like I lost to Ludwig Klein, that could have went anywhere. Lost to Chris Duncan, but just beat Oralby. Them last three fights are serious life-changing damage. I'm sorry, it's not nice to say. It's probably not nice for anyone to hear, but it is true, unfortunately. The damage Mateus Rebecki's taken is scary. I know he's probably not got a lot of scar tissue, so he does probably cut a bit easier. And I do think that's why he's lost some of these fights, because, if you're a judge and you're seeing someone with loads of like damage on the face, and you're gonna, and damage all that matters now, you're gonna pick the fighter who's got less damage on the face, really. I think Grant Dawson will win by decision. I think it'll just be win first two rounds, Grant Dawson. Third round, Rebecki will absolutely pour it on. And I think Grant Dawson will get it done. But Rebecki is a good underdog pick. Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amosov. Amosov made his debut right at the end of 2025 on the last card of the year, I believe. Yeah, against Neil Magny. Got that first round Anaconda choke, I think it was. Came from Bellator, I believe. Good fighter. Good grappler. But Joel Alvarez is good, man. Very, very tall for the weight. Somehow at 155. Good striker. I think Alvarez better on the feet. Amazov much better grappler. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to go 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. Yaroslav Amosov by decision in this close matchup. I'm going to go a little bit quicker, guys. Just time. Ateba Gautier is odds Diaz. Don't need to say much. Ateba Gautier last fight against Pulev. Could have got him out there early, but didn't. I'm going to take Ateba Gautier by round 1 knockout. I think Ozzy Diaz has just not got the chin. He's never going to take centre cage against Gautier, who's an absolute animal in there. Before the Pulev fight, 3 round 1 knockouts in a row, and a round 2 knockout in the UFC in the Contender Series. Ozzy Diaz, 35 years old, 11 years older, has been knocked out 3 times by Zhang Mingyang and Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer hits probably a little bit harder than Gautier, I reckon. But similar, Zhang Mingyang definitely doesn't hit as hard as Gautier. I'm taking Gautier by knockout for sure, and I think round 1 as well. King Green against Jeremy Stephens, 2 absolute veterans of the game. Been around for ages. Bobby Green, I think he's had over 50 fights. Jeremy Stephens, 29-22, bit of a crazy record. Both fighters 39. Jeremy Stephens just missed weight, so I think he's going to go for a bonus. I think he was going to go for a bonus anyways. Good 2 wins though for Bobby Green, especially against Zellhuber. Zellhuber's stocks went horribly down for him. Came off that war against Reebovox and just has not been the same. I'm going to take King Green though, just because Jeremy Stephens, a little bit inactive in the UFC. Changes between different types of sports. He's a tough night though, Jeremy Stephens. If he won 2 rounds, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think he's going to grit it out. It's going to be tough. Bobby Green, King Green, is going to be able to get a decision. I think he get his hands raised with some slick boxing. Moving on, Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Great fight. Great fight. I'm torn between the 2. I'm going to go Buckley though, because I never ever bet on a fight after getting knocked out. It's my number 1 rule. I think Sean Brady though, against Morales, it is different though. He's so big for 170. His hips were so far away for Sean to get a takedown in. It's a shame for Sean. Yeah, Joaquin Buckley, good fighter on the feet. Lost to Kamaru Usman last time. Usman will be wanting Buckley to win. It'll do well for Usman's stock. But yeah, I'm going to go with Joaquin Buckley in this one. I could see a decision path for Sean Brady with the takedowns, but I think New Mansour can get him on the feet 2nd or 3rd round. Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm going to go with Volkov. I think he's making his 50th MMA fight. Fought the best of the best. Fought like Verdum, maybe Junior Dos Santos, Sergey Pavlovich, Tom Aspinall. Beat Cyril Gane, but didn't beat Cyril Gane. Beat Jonathan Almeida, which was a good win. Depreciating win, if anything. And then you've got Waldo Cortez Acosta has been on a great run. Beating Deliha, beating Derek Lewis, beating Gaziev. All fighters are, apart from Deliha, Gaziev and Lewis, stocks are going down. Volkov beat Pavlovich. Pavlovich beat Acosta. Sosa Boy's good though. He'll be around this top 5 for a bit. But I'm going to take Volkov. I kind of hope Cortez Acosta wins, but who knows. I think, but I do think Volkov gets it done. Moving on. Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. Joshua Van, I think, is going to win. People have been saying online about the grappling of Taira. Did you watch Race to Sura versus Joshua Van? Taira is a lot bigger though, which is an issue. That is a bit of an issue, but I still think Joshua Van can get it done, and I truly believe he will. I think boxing. I can see a late finish, and I can see a decision. We're not in the main event. Hamza Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. I think it's got to be Hamza Chimaev in his prime. Strickland, I think in the sparring, I reckon if anyone was getting it behind it was Chimaev. I think Hamza Chimaev is going to get a round 1 rear naked choke, and I don't think he's going to come off it. I think the referee will be trying to yank him off, and I do not think he's going to get off it. That is my prediction. Sean Strickland, for me, he's got to keep the fight. He's got to keep the clock ticking. He's got to use his good American wrestling. He has got good wrestling. He's got a good base, and he's got to make it a long night for Chimaev. If if Hamza Chimaev can take Sean Strickland down instantly, that is a massive, massive issue for Sean Strickland. But if Sean Strickland can keep it going, not keep as much because Chimaev will catch one. He's got to keep the fight going. I think he can definitely. He's definitely gonna have the better cardio, but can he get it to go? And I don't think he can. So I'm gonna go Hamza Chimaev by round 1 or 2 submission. Thank you for listening. I'm gonna move on to the bets now. I hope you like them. Hamza Chimaev by submission 2 units. I'm very, very confident in this. Sabatini and Gordon I like as a little double up. I think that's solid. A low unit stake on Joshua Van. I believe in get it done. I believe it's a good price. A Chua by knockout. I think that's got a good chance, and I think it's a good price. So low units. Kopylov decision. I'm not too sure on this one, but I like the odds. And then I really like this bottom one, Suzakayev and Gauthier round 1 knockout. I think this has got a very high chance, and that's why I like it. So these are the betting. Take a screenshot, take a look. Thank you very much.